Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, this was actually a chemistry practical on QA. Your QA, so in your lab, your practical will look like this. This is the procedure, then they ask you what is the observation. So basically, this is the procedure. They say, okay, follow the procedure, just visualize a bit. And then they ask you, what do you observe? So basically, these are all blank. You're going to write all this in. Okay? So in exam, these are all it. All right, so I took this out from a practical paper. Okay, and then I put them and change them become a theory paper. Okay, so they ask you what is observation. So visualize a bit what you're going to do in the lab. Okay, so here we go. Let's start a look. Okay, so in the lab, you're given an unknown white solid sample. So they give you some powder, all right? Was found in the science lab. Alice, this girl, dissolved the sample in water. So it's first of all a soluble salt, which I mentioned before, it must be soluble, else you cannot test. After that, I divide the sample into 4 separate test tubes, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the test tube rack. Okay, because the instruction asks you to do so. And carry out various tests in order to identify the ion present in the unknown sample. Make sense? And here we go. So what can you tell me? Number 1. When we add aqueous sodium hydroxide to the solution, and then we warm it, it's all about keywords. That's all I care. What will you see? You will see effervescence, which I mean bubbling. And every time you see effervescence, all right, you must test the gas that's evolved itself. My next question is, visualize it. By the time you see bubble and you set it up, is it too late? You just fly away. Understand? And that's the problem with most of you in the practical. Okay, then I tell you why we're ready. Because before I start, I get ready all my practice on the table, and I already know what I'm going to do because I read the question. How I read? See, add sodium hydroxide. I haven't touched anything. I read the question first, right? And they ask me to warm. Do you realize these 2 keywords is the keywords belonging to the test for what? Someone. Add sodium hydroxide, you warm. You're testing for what? Test for ammonium ion. And we already know the chemistry behind it. It's called ammonium salt or ammonium ion plus strong alkali. I got one Sec 4 student just asked me also, Mr. my practical not good, blah, blah, blah. How every time I'm not ready to collect the gas? Why? Because you're not ready. Because you got to preempt yourself. It gives you what? It gives you a salt, it gives you water, and more important, it gives you ammonia gas. So ladies and gentlemen, before I even touch anything, as I read the test procedure, I have my red litmus paper ready. I got my distilled water squeezy bottle ready. And I am going to test it. I'm not going to test for oxygen gas with the wooden spleen. I'm not going to test hydrogen gas with the wooden spleen. I won't test for any shit. I'm testing for ammonia. Are we talking, my friend? Done. So you read your procedure and you get ready. Make sense to you? Okay? That's it. Done. All right. So immediately I see got effervescence. Oh, yeah, I got gas. It must be ammonia. I test. All I want to see is this. Then, which also means, okay, don't mind, can you play cheat? Yes and no. It depends on luck. Yes, if you really see a lot of bubbling, very high chance the reaction occur. So you don't even have to do this step. Or you got no time, you just play cheat. Just say, okay, the observation, it turns blue. Because you're quite firm that this was the test you're doing. All right, if not, once again, it's ammonia gas that is produced, and then it turns your moist red litmus paper blue. All right, that was the test. And with this, what can I confirm? I confirm this first test tell me that the solution just now, the white sample, contains ammonium ion. All right, so this is present because you're supposed to identify what's inside there. Make sense? Right? Now, then we go for the second test. Second test, you add sodium hydroxide again. Okay, second test tube 1. So this is test tube number 1. Oh, sorry, wrong color. Give me a moment. Test tube 1. Now we go test tube number 2. Change the orange. Test tube number 2, you add aqueous sodium hydroxide. And you put aluminum foil. And you warm. Ladies and gentlemen, all keywords out. I hope you agree with me. This is to test for what? Test for nitrate. And test for nitrate, do you know the nitrate, what is happening? You'll get ready what? Once again, nitrate, it becomes ammonia gas. So you use the same red litmus paper and the distilled water and get ready. And you test it, then you test. Make sense? Okay, what do you see? First, you see no effervescence. And in fact, if you see no effervescence, you don't need to test anymore. Because there wasn't any nitrate. So what do you see? You see no visible change upon warming it. Which also means it tells me there is what? NO3 minus is absent. Make sense? It's a negative test. I test it, it doesn't have. Done. Next, we go to the third test tube. 3A. You add nitric acid solution to the solution. And what do you see? You see effervescence was observed. The gas evolved, form a white precipitate when bubbled into lime water. Okay, don't go there first. Once again, how I know I need to use lime water? That's a question. Listen carefully. This is a practical question that I'm trying to get you to visualize. Because in school, they keep give you the answer, blah, 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 and you don't even know what's happening. All right. How I know I need to use lime water? I.e., I'm testing for CO2. That's the question, right? So I'm testing to see whether I got CO2 gas or not. How would I know? Okay? Because take a look at the test procedure. The test procedure say this. You only add what? You only add acid and nothing else. Remember just now we did a question on nitric acid? Nitric acid can only do what? It can't do stop precipitation. It doesn't show you any test result except acid carbonate to give you carbon dioxide. And that's why as I start 3A, before I touch anything, I already get ready my lime water and the setup, ready to stopper it. And then I test it, then I say, okay, what do I see? Oh, I really see bubbling. Then I quickly set up the thing and I test. And I see, hey, the white sodium, the lime water gives you a white solid, a white precipitate. And that tells me once again, yes, carbonate ion is present. Is this a new test tube number 4? Yes or no? Very good, Q. It is not, because it's labeled as 3B. And over here, they also say then. So the tube you use in 3A, you use it in 3B. So after you do a test, you carry on to add aqueous silver nitrate. And we all know aqueous silver nitrate, you're testing for what? You're testing again, silver ion, you test for what? Take a look, you're testing for chloride ion, right? Or iodide, or it's a precipitating agent. Got one. That's how we did a lot on this. Who is it? Take a look at 3A and 3B. Why they never start a new tube? They do 3A and then they continue with 3B. Carbonate. Silver chloride, white solid. Silver iodide, yellow solid. Silver carbonate, white solid. But because it was continuous from 3A, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm not testing with this or for this. Are you with me? Make sense to you? But if it's a new tube, it's called tube number 4, it could be carbonate. Make sense to you? I keep quiet for 30 seconds. Practical. And we'll rest of the practical, whatnot. Okay, ready? And therefore, do we firm up ready, my friend? So again, when X silver nitrate, there's nothing to test. Because silver nitrate, all you use is your eyes. Everyone okay? You use your eyes to observe. Everyone okay? Make sense? And you say, oh yeah, I'm looking for a solid. If there's a solid, I know what is it. What solid you saw? And here we go. I saw a white solid is formed. So the white solid must be due to silver chloride. Done. Make sense? It's all storytelling. And therefore, I conclude that chloride ion is present. And from here, I would like to share something which I think I mentioned before, but you're not aware. Now, everyone have learned acid-base salts. If you look at our salts, right? Can I use what color I have? Black lah. You know our salt? Our salt always we learn is cation ion, then linked to an anion. Agree me? Sodium chloride, sodium sulfate, magnesium, whatever, ammonium chloride. Make sense? One cation, one anion. Make sense? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at the current situation. This question, it has how many? It has one cation. It has two anion. These are called complex salts or mineral salts. Singapore, our land don't have. You go Australia and whatnot, they learn a lot about this because their land is all mineral salts. Are you with me? So a salt can have more than one cation, more than one anion. Okay? This is important because if I ask you, all right, I ask you, can you predict what is this substance based on the current situation? Can you say something for me? All right, so you test, right? So I say, okay, everyone, I'm drinking it. Inside got these 3 ions, you confirm already. Okay, so can you tell me what possible information you can share with me? What do you think I'm drinking? Make sense? Yeah, so there's a few identity. Ready? Here we go. I want to go back to the start of the question. What did I have in the sample? I want to hear. They just tell me is a unknown white solid sample. Make sense? And because of this is only, so basically nothing, it's just a solid and it's white color. I think I can have these few scenarios. First scenario is what? It is not pure. Make sense? It's a mixture of ammonium chloride and ammonium carbonate. Make sense to you? They never say it's pure, ma. Unless they tell me pure, then oh. But and is the second one which we are not familiar. It will then be a salt that contains all three ions. One cation ion and two anions. We don't know too much about it, so we write plain English. Everyone okay? Because we don't have a lot of information. Everyone okay? I think the only possible identity is A, will not B. And yes, I'll show you a mineral salt in a while in the last question. Okay, I'll line out the question nicely for you. Okay, make sense, everyone? Okay. Any other possible identity? I doubt it. Yeah.
If you would like to catch my latest videos, click on subscribe button right now. And click on the bell if you want to receive instant notifications once I've uploaded my latest video. If you would like to join my live chemistry classes and revision workshops, go on to winnerseducation.com and find out how you can score distinction for chemistry on a consistent basis, either in our center or online via Zoom. If you want to check out my online school, go on to passwithdistinction.teachable.com. You'll be able to learn chemistry concepts at your own pace and anywhere in the world, topic by topic. This is Sean Chua from Winners Education, to your distinction in chemistry.